Hey guys, it's Al with Tech Made Easy, and here it is. Finally, the Milwaukee Packout rolling drawer in the house. Now, where did I get it? And what was the ridiculous price I paid? I'm going to tell you that in a little while, to be honest with you. Look, first impression, I'm very impressed with their design. And in this video, I'm going to do a super close look for you. We're going to put some tools in this thing to give you an idea on what fits. I'm also going to try to test the drawer's durability. It's got no rails, right? So that's interesting. And I'm going to show you some new Milwaukee toolbox attachments. Lastly, I'll provide the price and some specs and some measurements for you. So why don't we go ahead and get this party started. Hi, it's Al from Tech Made Easy with a real quick message. I just want to let you know the video you're about to watch is not sponsored. We went out and bought the products ourselves. So, if you like our video, please give us a thumbs up. It definitely helps. Share our video. And lastly, we hope you subscribe to our channel and become a part of the family. Thank you. So here's an image of what I'm covering. Again, I'm going to do a detailed close look. We're going to look at the bottom, the top, the sides. I want you to see everything, especially that drawer. I'll go over specs, measurements, pricing, part numbers, and more. I'll also put some tools in it, see how things fit, and I'll show you some new toolbox attachments towards the end of the video. Let's go ahead and start our close look here. I want you to see that you do get a nice tray. We'll show you, we'll put that in for you so you can see what that looks like. And then you do get two large dividers. And you get 6 small dividers. Obviously the small ones go in these slots. Now here it is. You can see the locking mechanism, so you got to grab the handle, pull this down is how it works. So it will stay. This thing will not open. Pull it down. That's your locking mechanism. You could see here, you do have a locking point. I wish it was steel reinforced, but you do have a locking point here. And again, obviously this Milwaukee Packout design for obviously additional boxes and other accessories can go on top. So again, open this up. Now you can see, first of all, one of the folks was complaining that this thing falls out. So let's see. It does tilt out. As you can see, it does tilt out. I'll show that from another angle. So it does tilt out, but I don't know that it would fall out. As you can see here, it doesn't have rails, right? Someone was saying it should have rails, you know, but it doesn't have rails the way they built it. Now we're going to look at the bottom. This has got something that's unique compared to other rolling drawer boxes. We'll show you the bottom, but it isn't coming out. You know, I don't think it does not lift and come out. It doesn't seem to have that ability to do that. But here's the inside of the drawer, and you can see the long dividers can go here. Then you can put small ones here, and you can put small ones in here. So plenty of room in the box. Now, if I lay this flat, I want to see, does this fully extend? Like, you know, you always want to see if you get all the real estate. It doesn't really fully extend. There's a little room here, as you can see. So this is as far as it comes out. But it's still a lot of room, a lot of room. Now let's look at the side so you can see. Let's look at this side. Let's turn it upside down. Let's take a look at that. So here's the undercarriage, reinforced by design. Nice steel bar, by the way. So, you know, so again, just the way they design this, it's made with all these boxes and shapes. It's made to pretty much take the scraping, You know, if you're laying it down, it's also adding some, you know, strength to the unit, by the way. You've got rubber here, really hard rubber. And again, you've got this nice, you know, bar here. I don't know if that's aluminum or steel, but let's look at this for a minute. I want to show you. I'm going to pull this out sideways so you can see the wheels. So look at this. You get these two. They feel like rubber. I'll tell you. They don't feel like they're going to mar the floors. It's a nice rubber. Very thick, though. Industrial thick. Reinforced. So again, the way they designed the wheels. You can see how it's right there. So you get two of those. Pull it out more. Let's see what we get. Look at that. So you've got two more wheels and some of Sunshine's dog hair. So two more smaller wheels. Again, that rubber, although these are going to really stay and let it roll out of the box itself, right? So it's something you don't normally see. But yeah, and check this out. This kind of swings open. I mean, you know, obviously, you know, again, it's a flexible box. They designed it that way. Take it. Kind of put it back in. There's a different view. Dividers, you can really put these any way you want. You see that the small ones can go here. They can even go here. Like if you wanted to put one in the middle, you could do that. Right? So you've got 3 slots here for the middle. You've got 3 slots and another 3 slots there. And again, these are held in pretty nicely. You know, they just slide in there, as you can see. And then you can take the tray, by the way, that they give you. You can actually throw that right on top like that if you want. You know, so again, you get 6 small ones, you get 2 of the large ones. That's pretty helpful. Continuing on with the close look. So again, you've got these 4 metal reinforced corners, which obviously accessories can go on, which is nice. If we look at the side of the box, you've got a nice beefy handle with a rubber grip that stays up really tight. It actually clicks into place and then goes down, which is nice. Here are these all-terrain wheels that we talked about. I'll put the size on the screen here. And you know, I don't know if they're non-marring, but I'll tell you, it's a soft rubber. I don't know how they did that, but it is reinforced, as you can see. Same thing on the other side, if anything, really, right? You know, really reinforced inside as well. So you've got some nice wheels. Looking at the back, nothing special here, just a lot of reinforcement to keep this pretty stiff for the most part. Your rails again, your handle, which is nice. And the handle, let's take a moment and talk about the handle. So looking at this from the bottom, I will tell you, from what I can see, this handle does not come out, and it doesn't need to come out. This will actually go right under a tonneau cover. So close look, you'll see there's no pins, there's nothing that you do to push in. Let me lay this back down. I want to show you this rubber, by the way. Look at the rubber under this handle. So a nice, you know, thick rubber for a good grip. So that's going to help. Your button to raise the handle is right here. Push that down and it will lock the handle in place. You can see here on both sides. So you've got a nice, again, on the table, but you get a really nice handle. You want to drop it, just push this down. It'll go down one time and then another time. So nice handle, doesn't look like it gets in the way. It's pulled back, so you don't have to worry about getting your fingers caught as you have other boxes on here. They thought about that again. They have been making these Packout boxes for a long time, so the handle does not get removed. It is lower, you know, 19.75 is the height. So I like that. Really, really good job, Milwaukee. Let's go ahead and go over measurements. I already pre-measured, just so you'll know. Let's talk about the inside of the box. So if we look at the inside of the box, the width is 16.5 inches in width. Now the height is 16 inches as far as the height's concerned, and the depth is going to be back to front. That's 13 inches. So again, 16.5 in width, 16 in height, and 13 in depth. Now what about the outside of the box? Well, the widest part of the box is going to be your wheels. So width is 23.25 on width. Height is 19.75. Great if you want to throw this in the tonneau cover. You do not have to remove the handle, which is nice. So I like that. And then depth from the back to the front, depth is 19.25. So once again, width 23.75, height 19.75, and depth 19.25. Got the scale set up, zeroed out, nice even space. Let me grab it and put it on. What are we getting here? And we are centered, by the way. 36.14 pounds. All right, 36.14. So they claim 29 pounds. Now, look, I'm including the rail attachments and the tray. I'm including that stuff. So maybe they didn't include that, but that's what it is, 36.14. So I put some tools in here. I put as many as I could. Let's open this up. See how it rolls. I'll tell you something, that's really smooth, by the way. It really is. And I could really see why they didn't put rails, because really rails, they're not needed. You know, this drawer needs the flexibility of the front and the back wheels to kind of manage the weight. Now check out the specs later on in the video. We're going to talk about weight. There's some confusion on weight capacity. So check out specs later on. I promise you're going to want to see that. But let's take some stuff out here. So we've got a nice thick gauged extension cord. All right, a couple of tools here with batteries, by the way. So all of those guys have batteries. We got all these guys. Yeah, I use Ryobi's, guys. You know, I do stuff at the house. I don't need Milwaukee. But did you know Milwaukee and Ryobi are the same brand? Aha! Some people don't know that. But let's take everything out and show you what we put in. It's amazing, all the different tools on the 18-volt platform. These are helpful too. Recently picked these up. There's a couple of tools. You always need a hammer. You always need a hammer. This is 7 1/4, 13 amp. All right, 7 1/4, 13 amp circular saw. That's a big boy. And then good old DeWalt drill as well, besides the cordless. And yeah, we fit all of that in the box. That's not bad, right? I mean, pretty cool. We had the cord. We had all this stuff in that box. I'm going to go over pricing right now, model number. I'll put the information on the side of the screen for you. So first of all, this sells for about $249 to about $265, depending on where you go. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to be really hard to find. It is just finally launching. Model number 48-22-8420. Now, here's something interesting. Please listen to this. This is really interesting. So the box says it's got a 250-pound capacity. I'm going to bring up an image because I've got to show you this. All right, so when you go to their website, as you can see, I'm circling this 250-pound capacity. Now, let me zoom in a little bit, and I want you to see that the line is actually touching the drawer. The drawer. So the drawer is 250-pound capacity. There's a little bit of confusion out there. I'm going to tell you now.
I think this drawer has a 150-pound capacity. I believe the box itself has a 250-pound capacity as you stack boxes on top of it. But when you go to the Milwaukee website, I mean, at least right now, right, May 2025, it doesn't mention a 150-pound capacity for the drawer. They're just pointing to the drawer. As you can see, look at the line, and it says 250-pound capacity. So I just want to point this out so you don't get disappointed. I do believe the drawer is probably 150 pounds, and the box itself will be able to hold 250 pounds as you start stacking drawers and other boxes on top of it. So just keep that in mind. Now, as we showed you earlier, you saw that the actual drawer has wheels underneath, so that's pretty nice. The material is a polypropylene. They call it an impact-resistant material. The wheels are 9-inch all-terrain wheels. We showed you that. We did a close-up earlier. Now, the handle, they really did it justice this time around. It is a fully collapsible handle, 19.75 inches. And, you know, again, 19.75 inches. And this goes right underneath the tonneau cover. Let me just show you a picture real quick. I like that. Now, as you know, we showed you earlier, it's got metal reinforced corners. That's really what Packout is known for. It comes with that internal interior organizer tray. And then it's got 6 short dividers and 2 long dividers. Now let me bring up a slide so you can kind of see some of the configurations they're talking about. But I like that it's adjustable. Now let me bring up the measurements on the screen so you could see that. And the weight, this is made in Israel, and the warranty has a limited lifetime warranty. I'm going to bring up a slide now on these new toolbox attachments. I've got them, but I just want to show you a couple of slides real quick so you could see here that, you know, some of these can go inside and some of them can go outside. So that's pretty nice, as you can see on the battery one for the M18 batteries. Now let's look at a couple of others. This is all the part numbers too. I think this will be helpful. But you can see here there's a M18 battery rack, an M12 battery rack. I've got the 3-hook attachment, the caddy attachment, the tray attachment. I couldn't get my hands on this compact plate, but I did get this tool holder attachment. So let's take a closer look at those now. The first ones I'm going to show you are the battery holders. You've got the M18 holder and the M12 holder. The M18 part number is 48228603, and the M12 is 48228604. Let's take these out and take a look. So here they are. Now, you don't have to use these attachments. These are actually for the rails. So if you wanted to actually put this on the box itself, you can do that. But if you wanted to take these, and let's say you wanted to put it in the box, well, that's what those holes are for. So you can take this, put it in the box, push it down, it locks, it's grabbing on with 2 clips on each side. This will close with no issue whatsoever. And you can now have your batteries inside your box, which is cool. Now, if you want it outside your box, you can do it. Basically, you're going to put these on with the screws, with the Allen key, and then you snap this on just the way we did when we did inside the box. Now you have batteries on the outside of the box. Now, the only challenge here is it does block the handle, as you can see. So, you know, you have to kind of give and take. You could also put this obviously on other boxes, but it's nice. Next one is the toolbox tray attachment. Part number is 48228605. Let's take this out and check it out. So there it is. These are pretty universal, I find, so far with most of these attachments. Now, you can put this in the box, but you have to remove one of the large dividers because it will bump up against it. Now, a little tricky. Give me a second, I'll put it in. So I want to just go like this and push down, and now You know, again, depending on what you want to put in here, it is locked in on both sides. If you want to see how these attach from the back side, you know, they just lock in that way. That's how it looks on the outside. Again, it does block the handle if you're going to use it on this box. If not, you'll use it on another box, but you can put, you know, it definitely gives you more room. Next up is a caddy attachment, part number 48-22-8602. Comes with everything you need. And the front part looks like steel. You can clip on tape measures and other things, so it's nice. The dividers are removable if you need more room, and this will fit inside. Also, just you got to take out that large divider if you're going to use it, but you clip it on both sides, locks in place, and you're ready to rock and roll. That's what it looks like on the outside. Again, you will block your handle. Again, you can put it on another box, but you know, got some room. Here's the last one we have. This is a two-piece. It is actually a long tool holder attachment, 48-22-8607. Now, if you look at this picture, you know, you need multiple boxes because you're going to put this part on top, this one on the bottom. It'll be able to hold your sledgehammers and things like that. I'll take it out of the box so you can see what it looks like. So here it is, and this has a 25-pound weight capacity, so just be aware. This is the top part that you would put on another box. Gives you access to putting your, you know, whatever, sledgehammer, etc. inside. Again, it clips in the back. So you've got that. That goes on the top. This goes on the bottom. Now, they've got, you can put it two ways. You can put it this way, depending if you need some type of rubber to hold something in place, or you can put it this way. And again, you've got spaces for that. This again attaches, and then that's it. You know, you get all your tools, you know, all your parts and everything. Now, if you have more time, I've got two videos in front of you. One was a simple comparison, that Klein rolling drawer box and the Flex, just compared. But this next one, this head-to-head we did with Klein and ToughBuilt stacktech. Now, that's a little longer. It's got timestamps. It is fun and informative. I'll put the video links in the video description if you want to check these two out, all right? All right, guys. Well, I sure hope our video helped you in some way. And if it did, do me a big favor and give us a thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate that. And hey, if you could share our video with your friends and your family, that would be awesome. I'm going to put my social media channels right up top. If you want to follow us on social media, go right ahead and send us a message. Let us know that you did. And hey, check out our new Tesla channel. When you get a chance, just look us up at My Tesla Journey 1 and subscribe if you can. I'm going to put a video here on the right side of the screen where my finger is. If you have time, check that out. And if you want to subscribe to our channel here at Tech Made Easy, all you got to do is click this round Tech Made Easy logo right there. And you'll be able to subscribe on the spot and join the family. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.